So you see the setting here at the King's Garden in Odense, Denmark, as we get set for the semifinals. The quarterfinals completed this morning. Dalia Crook participating this morning and participating in a match against Crystal Gauvin, whom you shall see just momentarily. Just to set the stage for you, for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, there will be 5 ends in these matches, 3 arrows per archer in each end. Total points for those 15 arrows determine the winner. If we're tied after 5 ends, the match will be decided by a 1-arrow shoot-off. We've already seen Marcella Tonioli, and now Crystal Gauvin entering stage left here in Odense, Denmark. Crystal Gauvin in the United States, 32 years of age, ranked number 2 in the world, averaging 9.5 points per arrow, 28 career wins, including one this morning, and she's had 2 tiebreak wins as well. And she'll be up against Marcella Tonioli, 30 years of age, 5th in the world, 9.4 points per arrow, 56 wins, and 6 shoot-off victories. Dalia, how important is it, obviously, to get off to the quick start?
It's definitely important. You only have 15 arrows to shoot, and if you start off slow, there's not a lot of room for makeup. Obviously, anything can happen, but you want to start off strong and you want to keep going strong the whole time.
Yeah, it's a big factor mentally, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. When you get up there and you shoot your first arrow even, it's very important to just make the best shot you can make and adjust based off of that.
Right, about 4 o'clock.
So when you shoot an 8 like that, that's a little tough.
Yeah, if that was a good shot for her, though, she can adjust her sight for it, and you can see she's adjusting her sight now. And it's like that was a great shot, and she knows that her sights are exactly where they need to be.
So Marcella Tonioli picks up where she left off this morning.
There you go.
And there's the response
Right at 4 o'clock,
from
5 o'clock
Crystal
time.
Gauvin.
Yes.
Okay, another strong shot.
Back-to-back
Another strong
10s for
shot.
Tonioli.
Still hanging out a little bit on the
high. I
right
think it's
side.
on the right side for some reason. Yeah.
10, 9, 8.
Tonioli was hoping for a 10-point lead, settled, or excuse me, a 3-point lead. She settles for a 2-point lead. So all in all, it wasn't Crystal's best end, but she's only down by 2.
Yeah, I mean, and in the beginning, there's not usually a huge difference in the scores, but and that's definitely a score that can be made up, and just takes shooting strong the rest of the match.
Good look at Marcella Tonioli, who this summer won an individual and a team bronze medal at Stage 2 in Medellin. Lost out on the bronze medal in the match in Antalya on Coney Alti Beach, but almost 20 World Cup medals to her credit during her career.
Scores have been confirmed. Crystal Gauvin shooting first on target 2. Marcella Tonioli shooting second. 29 to 27 after the first 3 arrows.
So a 2-point lead right now for Marcella Tonioli here in the first semifinal match in women's compound of the World Cup Finals in Odense, Denmark.
There you go.
Crystal trailing by 2 will shoot first.
There you go.
Nice shot.
Still a little low, so just watch this next one here. Another strong shot.
Crystal adjusting, getting into the 10 ring.
10, 9,
9.
Okay, let's get this one here. You got
8.
this.
Allitriamo.
And both of them seem to have had some on the right side. I wonder if the wind is different here than on the practice range.
Which is often the case.
Just above it.
Chance to go back up by 2.
10, 9, 8, 7.
Okay,
Which is exactly what she does.
right in the middle.
Trying to keep that sun off of her face, out of her eyes. And so close to catching that 10 line. Not quite, though.
10, 9.
9.
That's perfect.
So the lead remains at 2:57.55 after the second end.
So close, I just didn't see it, so.
Gauvin will be shooting first when we resume.
Good look at Marcella Tonioli, who went to Paris 3 years ago, the World Cup Finals. Came back with a silver medal in mixed team competition. In 2011 was the bronze medalist individually at the World Cup Finals in Istanbul.
Thank you.
Good look at the form, the technique, and that compound bow employed by Marcella Tonioli. For quite a while had teamed up with Sergio Pagni, and they were a dominant duo in mixed team competition. Went a couple of years without getting to the podium, but this summer has been back, and as we said, won the individual bronze medal at stage 2 in Medellin. Meanwhile, Crystal Gauvin, 2016, a 5th place finish in Shanghai, 17th in Antalya, but between those two performances, won the silver medal in Medellin in a classic match with Sarah Lopez down in Colombia. By the way, Sarah Lopez having to withdraw
There you go. That's an X.
right before the World Cup Finals just about a week ago, which is why Dahlia Crook is sitting next to me.
Indeed.
10.
Another one just like the first
Both of
one.
them are shooting really strong. They're shooting good shots, and they're landing where they want them to.
Making adjustments.
Yeah, definitely.
9.
Call.
Drifted a little high on Crystal Gauvin that time.
10, 9, 8.
Your shot, Crystal. You got this.
Taking advantage to move ahead by 3. Marcella Tonioli.
9.
Just right. About 4 o'clock. Yeah, shots look good. Maybe it was rolling off. You just can't see it.
10, 10, 10.
Tonioli with 10s across the board. Moves out to a 4-point advantage, 87-83 after the first 3 ends. So Marcella Tonioli making a strong bid.
Yeah, she's shooting really strong.
Sometimes do you find yourself just kind of searching for answers? Trying to figure out,
Yeah,
what do I do
definitely had
next?
that happen. Yeah, definitely had that happen, especially in matches when it seems to be going by so quickly, and you're shooting and you want to know exactly what to do, and you want to be thinking the right thoughts and everything, and it's all about learning and staying positive and staying in the moment and focusing on your form and your shot and not thinking about your competitor or who's winning or who's losing or anything.
difficult not to get down on yourself?
Sometimes it is. But that's one of the biggest things you can do is, I mean, if you're not doing what you want to be doing, you want to make adjustments, but you don't want to be getting down on yourself for not doing it right.
Shirt sleeve weather here in Odense, Denmark. They tell us it's not always the case this time of year here in Denmark, but we've been blessed with wonderful weather, beautiful, ideal conditions for scoring, and this time Crystal Gauvin scores a 10.
Nine.
Okay, another strong shot. It's like the first one.
So the lead down to 3 now here in the 4th end. 5 arrows to go.
9.
Just on that right side a little bit. Everything's still on that right edge.
Mel Nichols in the coach's box. As
10,
Tonioli
9,
lines it up,
7.
sends it home,
Shot.
Strong shot.
moves back ahead by 4.
9.
Could be as much as a 5-point lead, and it is. Another 10. 9 and 2 10s for Marcella Tonioli, who right now is in the driver's seat in her match with Crystal Gauvin, who was the silver medalist. Crystal was a year ago here in Copenhagen at the World Championships. Finished 5th in Mexico City last year at the World Cup Finals. Fascinating story. Crystal Gauvin left the corporate world to pursue a career in archery. We just picked up the bow and arrow about 4 years ago, which is really remarkable, Dahlia.
It really is, yeah. And it takes a lot of experience to get to this level, and she's definitely put in the work to get here.
She was on the fast track.
Yeah, definitely.
She was in a hurry to get here. Great athlete, former swimmer, softball player, water polo player, volleyball player, track and field athlete, was even in crew. And from an academic standpoint, 4 minor degrees in chemistry, economics, philosophy, and theology. I don't know where she finds the time.
The final 3 arrows in the semifinal match.
And now she's a world-class archer.
Nice and strong now.
But she's in a world of trouble right now, trailing by a whole bunch here in this first semifinal match. And you can see those trees right behind her.
Definitely picking up.
Yeah, the wind definitely becoming a factor.
Yes. 9. 8.
9.
Okay, another strong shot.
So each open with a 9. But Tonioli's got some points to play with.
9.
Just out.
Just barely above it, 9-9.
Yes. 9.
Marcella back in the 10 ring. Very businesslike. Now this could be the final shot, the World Cup Finals for Crystal Gauvin. If it is, she went out on a high note.
Strong finish.
5 to win it. I've got a feeling Marcella Tonioli can do that with her eyes closed. She keeps them open, and she gets a 9 to win it, 144 to 139. So Marcella Tonioli will be going for gold. Crystal Gauvin will be going for the bronze medal.
Yep. We'll see who their opponents will be in this next match.
Let's talk a little bit with Dahlia Crook about getting the news when you found out. I mean, it came completely out of the blue that you were coming here, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely. September wasn't a heavy training month for me because I didn't have any tournaments coming up, and it was really cool. My parents, the email came in, and I went over to read it, and I started reading through it. It's like, is this really happening? Is this actually? I got really excited, and then I looked and I'm like, okay, this is real, right?